Hello and welcome to our tutorial on how to do a review of related literature using Genshin Impact characters as examples. In this video, we will be discussing the different steps in conducting a review of related literature. Step 1. Selecting relevant literature. The first step in conducting a review of related literature is to select relevant literature. In the context of Genshin Impact, this can be compared to selecting characters that fit the team composition you have in mind. Similarly, in a review of related literature, you have to select the sources that are relevant to your research topic. When selecting literature, it is important to consider the following factors. Timeliness. Is the source up to date and relevant to your current research? Relevance. Does the source address the specific questions or themes you are exploring in your research? Quality. Is the source credible and reliable? Just as you would carefully choose your characters in Genshin Impact to form a strong and well-rounded team, you have to be careful in selecting the sources you will include in your review of related literature. Step 2. Citing related literature using standard style. The next step is to properly cite the literature you have selected using a standard citation style. In Genshin Impact, each character has their own unique abilities, weapons, and elemental abilities. Similarly, each source you use in your review of related literature has its own unique information and contribution to your research. It is important to accurately and consistently cite your sources, not only to give credit to the authors, but also to help you keep track of your sources and avoid plagiarism. Common citation styles include MLA, APA, and Chicago. It is important to choose a citation style that is appropriate for your field of study and to use it consistently throughout your review of related literature. In this section, we'll focus on the American Psychological Association, APA, 7th edition citation style, as it is commonly used in the social sciences. Here are some examples of how to do in-text citations in APA 7. Direct quote. When directly quoting from a source, include the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page number in parentheses, like this, Smith 2020, p15. Paraphrasing. When paraphrasing information from a source, include the author's last name and the year of publication in parentheses, like this, Smith 2020. Multiple authors. If a source has two authors, include both names in every in-text citation like this, Smith and Jones 2020. If a source has three or more authors, include the first author's last name and the phrase et al. In the first citation and in subsequent citations like this, Smith et al. 2020. No author. If a source does not have an author, use the title of the work in place of the author in the in-text citation like this, title of work 2020. Multiple sources in one citation. If you are using information from multiple sources in one sentence, list the sources in alphabetical order and separate them with semicolons like this, Jones 2019, Smith 2020, Wilson, 2018. It is important to note that these are just examples, and you should always consult the APA 7th edition manual for more information on how to properly cite your sources. By using accurate and consistent in-text citations, you can ensure that your review of related literature is well supported and free of plagiarism. Step 3. Synthesizing information from relevant literature. Once you have selected and properly cited your sources, it's time to synthesize the information from the relevant literature. In Genshin Impact, characters have different strengths and weaknesses, and it's up to the player to decide how to best utilize each character's abilities in combat. In the same way, you have to analyze and synthesize the information from the sources you have selected in order to create a comprehensive overview of the current state of knowledge on your research topic. This involves comparing and contrasting the information from different sources, highlighting common themes and discrepancies, and identifying gaps in the literature. The goal is to arrive at a deeper understanding of the topic and to form a clear and concise overview of the current state of knowledge. Step 5. Ethical standards in writing related literature. Finally, it's important to consider ethical standards when conducting a review of related literature. In Genshin Impact, players have to follow a set of rules and guidelines in order to progress through the game. In the same way, it's important to follow ethical standards when conducting research, including giving credit to the original authors of the sources you use and avoiding plagiarism. Step 6. Presenting the related literature. The final step is to present your review of related literature. In Genshin Impact, players can showcase their team and their skills by participating in battles and events. In the same way, you can showcase your research by presenting your review of related literature in a clear and professional manner. This may involve writing a report, creating a presentation, or publishing your research in an academic journal. It's important to consider the audience and the purpose of your presentation, and to communicate your findings in a way that is clear, concise, and easy for others to understand. Presenting the related literature is an important step in the research process, and it's crucial to make a good impression by showcasing your research in a clear and professional manner. Here's a checklist of what makes a good review of related literature presentation. Audience and purpose. Consider who your audience is and what their needs and interests are, and tailor your presentation accordingly. Organization. Ensure that your presentation is well organized and easy to follow, with a clear structure and logical flow of information. Clarity and conciseness. Use clear and concise language to communicate your findings and avoid technical jargon that may confuse your audience. Visual aids. Use visual aids such as tables, graphs, and figures to help clarify your findings and make your presentation more engaging. Professionalism. Ensure that your presentation is polished and professional, with a consistent style and format, and free of errors. Relevance. Focus on the most relevant information from your review of related literature, and avoid including information that is not directly related to your research topic. By following this checklist, you can ensure that your review of related literature presentation is clear, well-organized, and professional, and that it effectively communicates your findings to your audience. In conclusion, conducting a review of related literature is a crucial part of the research process and requires careful selection, citation, synthesis, and presentation of relevant literature. By using Genshin Impact characters as examples, we hope to have provided you with a clear and easy-to-understand guide on how to conduct a successful review of related literature. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this tutorial helpful. With knowledge as our greatest weapon, let us strive to be the greatest researchers we can be. May our journey through the literature be a triumphant one, as we continue to seek the truth and expand our understanding of the world. And remember, a well-written review of related literature is not just a requirement, but a demonstration of our dedication to our craft. So let us be mindful, thorough, and ethical, for our future as researchers depends on it. This has been a lesson in the art of reviewing related literature, and I bid you farewell.